Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, I am so excited for tonight's stream. I have been testing with decks and like moving cards around and like trying to figure out what I wanted to play tonight. I have so many things I want to play with Bright Lights coming out. As you guys know, most of you guys are aware that, you know, like Dash was the first hero I really got into. So Mechanologist has a very like special place in my heart as far as Flesh and Blood's concerned. And so honestly, I'm just so pumped to like be playing tonight and to be trying out this list. So one of the first things that I wanted to start with is something that I think I'm probably going to be testing for ProQuest season, if I'm just being honest, is Boost Dash. So Boost Dash, like, it's not really Pivot Dash. Like, it pivots into like Pistol and the items, but there's no defense reactions. And it's just like fast, like Pivot Dash, or like not Pivot Dash. It's just like fast Boost Dash that's like trying to throw maximum velocity at you as many times a game as I can. And so we're not even playing Pistol in the main deck. We're playing Plasma Barrel Shot. I started out thinking that maybe Hanabi Blaster was going to be better, but I think I'm going to start working towards playing Barrel Shot, maybe trying to make Teklo Core like a mainstay of the deck. So I'm pretty excited to jump in, if I'm just being honest. Like, I think tonight's deck is going to have some pretty cool... Like, I think we're going to see some pretty cool things tonight. So unfortunately, you kind of have to queue up into the open format and kind of just hope that people are like joining with like actual decks. And some of the cards have not been, actually been like coded completely yet, which is part of what happens when you play with new cards. Oh, excuse me, on Talishar. So I'm only playing Goliath Gauntlet, which is a very different pace from what I have been playing. I'm normally only been on Galvanic Bender, but this is a very explosive high offense list. So I'm looking at Plasma Barrel Shot. We also have the Pistol for our sideboard, and then we have Crown of Providence, Heart, Goliath Gauntlet, and Accelerators, typical suspects. And then we have Viscertronic models, the Viscertronic model. And here's the list, like, or I got something stuck in my throat. Anyway, if you guys can't see this or can't really make out what all the new cards are, you guys can hit !deck anytime you guys want to in the chat, and you can pull up my list. It's the one that I'm playing with straight off of February on it. And in the sideboard, I have 3 Throttles, 3 Payloads, some Purifiers, Summon Chambers, and Spark of Genius to try and make the deck a little bit more consistent. There's 19 blues in the deck, I think is what I have. Let me pull it up on my other monitor here and look really quick. I think there's 19 blues in the deck. Let's see. No, let's look at stats. Yeah, there's 19 blues in the deck. I was originally on 21, but it just felt like so much. Hey, what's up, Vajith? How are you, buddy? Dude, I'm so excited to play the new deck, man. Like, it looks like a lot of fun. I played a couple of games just to kind of get like a feel for the deck before the stream, and so like it feels pretty good. We're really looking to utilize Combustible Courier as one of the more beneficial cards. It's what we're looking to play to use with Goliath Gauntlet. Twin Drive is a really cool card. Now, before anybody asks, you cannot stack action points with Twin Drive, just to clarify. I had this come up the other night when we were talking in our like Flesh and Blood, like on our team chat, and you can't stack action points, but if you have a blue, a 0 cost, and a maximum velocity in your hand, if you have a blue, a 0 cost, a Twin Drive, and a max V, you can actually go pitch blue, play Twin Drive, boost, right? Yeah, so if you've boosted 3 or more times this turn, and then if your next card is a 0 cost card, you boosting that, activating Tekla Foundry Heart, and then you're throwing maximum velocity. So it's a 4-card, 19-point turn if you have a red 0 to 60 in your hand, or it's a red, or if it's a 0 for 3, which there's a lot of in this deck, you're looking at a 4-card, 18-point turn, which is very above rate. So it's a very good turn. Anything maximum velocity does is pretty above rate, honestly. I'm just making sure I didn't have it like set to private or something like that, or single player. Hoping we can find some games tonight. I played a couple of games before the stream just to kind of like you know, like test out the list and like see how things were looking. And so honestly, I really just want to see how there are two things that like I really want to like figure out tonight, and I don't know that I'll figure them out in one night, but I think I'll move in the right direction and be able to make some improvements moving forward. One is barrel shot. Like, can we just play this all in maximum velocity barrel shot deck and just try to get somebody? Like, is that something we can do? Two, can we beat Bravo with the pistol and some pistol items with no defense reactions? Can we consistently do that? And then I'm also wondering if we have 11 poppers in our deck. If we have pistol items and 11 poppers, can we beat Dromai? Which we probably can. It'll probably be close, but we probably can. Hey, man, I'm good. How are you, brother? Lol, later virgins. All right, interesting name. So this is definitely like the all-in plan. We're going second, so I think I want to start with a Teklo core here. We're just going to leave in our aggro plan. I think I want to start with the Teklo core instead of the Teklo pounder since I'm going second. And we're just going to hope that our opponent can't just like... I'm just going to hope that our opponent just like can't throw a dominated red in the ledger at us for like a billion. You know, like... Okay. Man. What an uneventful way to start this game. I'm gonna hope that they don't have the Rain Razors here. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could have thrown the crown here, but like this is just so bad. I'm good. How's Carly holding up? Also coming up on 600 aggros. Dude, we're getting close. We are definitely getting close here. I mean, I guess we're just like... Yeah, I don't know. This is so bad. Like, we could load the barrel shot, or I guess I can just come in for 5 here. No boosting, and then all of our cards go to the bottom of our deck. This was like a really bad start for us. But yeah, no, I mean, Carly's doing pretty well. I mean, I think she's still like I think she doesn't like having the boot and stuff like that. So I think it's, I think she's not too happy about, just like having the boot and like, you know, like her legs hurting and stuff like that, but she's doing okay. So let's think about our turn here. Twin Drive, T-Bone, Sprocket Rocket, like so we could block Twin Drive and Zipper Hit here. Throw, like, load the barrel shot, throw the I guess throw the T-Bone at our opponent. I could just take 6 and go to 32 and just try like play for a bigger turn. What did she do? Crowley actually got hurt playing pickleball the other day. Or according to Ben, she fought 3 guys in a bar. Now, we were playing pickleball the other day, and they said that she like sprained her calf or something, like trying to... That she sprained her calf, which, I mean... Like, what do I want to put on the bottom here? Do I want to put anything on the bottom? I don't think I want to put anything on the bottom. Yeah, we were playing pickleball and said she sprained her calf when we were playing. And she thought she just got a Charlie horse when she was playing, but she went to the urgent care today. And they... God almighty. Jesus, dude. I have a family, brother. God. Like, if this guy could just leave me alone, that'd be great. I guess we'll discard the T-Bone. Sprocket Rocket has potential of being better. Like, this is... This has been a horrible start for me. But yeah, so she went to the urgent care today, and they gave her a boot and told her she needs to wear it for another 2 to 3 weeks, and then she's supposed to go see her provider sometime soon and like get it checked out. Big Shot is a cool card. I'm kind of wondering how this card actually plays. Like if it's just good enough as a Wounded Bull effect. Yeah, we're definitely going to take 2 here. So one of the things that I will say about playing against Azalea, if you're playing an aggro deck, they either draw hot or they don't. Our opponent has played 2 turns. They dominated a red in the ledger for 7 at us on turn 0. And then they threw a Bolton shot for 6, a drill shot for 4, and then a red in the ledger for 8. So, I mean, our opponent had an 18-point turn on turn 2 with 3 arrows and a codex. Like, I would definitely call our opponent, like, our opponent's draws are towards the top of what is going on right here. I mean, I'm just going to block 12. Like, we are forced to just sit here and block until we find something that is, like, worth hanging on to. We kind of just wasted our Teklo core, which was pretty unfortunate. So, I mean, this is 3, 6, 10, 15, 20. This is a 20-point turn. So, like, we don't have a bad turn here. They've had ups. Like, I mean, this has been the perfect Azalea draw. I do not think my opponent could have literally drawn it up better. Dude who drew drive-through data is an Azalea main. This is Destiny. Oh yeah, drive-through data. That's really cool that he drew it and he's an Azalea main. That's pretty funny that it lined up that way. I mean, I have to try and do something here. Like, we're just kind of sitting here, so like I feel like I'm just forced to like try and throw stuff at them. So we're gonna start here. Harpoon would be good to like be able to try and like stunt their turn a little bit here. We're gonna throw Expedite and see if they respect it, honestly. It is kind of cool though that, like, I mean, you know, fate and all that. Also, drive-through data is a really good card. A breakpoint card that ops 1 when it hits is pretty cool. Like, it's a pretty sweet card. We're going to bottom that. We're going to come in for 5, put our opponent to 20 here. And then we're going to barrel shot our opponent to put them to 15. So we've kind of played catch up a little bit here, but we have 0 armor block available to us. Like, I mean, this hand's pretty good. As long as they're just like not physically able to kill us here, which it appears they're going to be able to do. Oh my god. Like, what was this game? I mean, all you can do is laugh. Like, because, I mean, this dude, like, high rolled the living crap out of us. I don't think I've ever seen an Azalea draw that well ever. Like, literally. And if I wasn't high rolled, and I'm like living on the edge of like being like of thinking that I was high rolled because that game went so poorly for me, then please correct me, but also present evidence that I was not high rolled based on that game. Because like I could have thrown I could have had a turn on turn 1 if I had decided to go the route of blocking with both pieces of my equipment, which I do not think is correct ever. I never drew that against you. Maybe that is what she needs to be good. I mean, dude, that was a one-sided game right there. Like, my dude was giving me the business right there. So we're just going to play the 61 card special, and I think we're just, like, maybe I'm supposed to cut max Vs and try to just, like, put throttles and payloads in and try to play a more value-oriented game. I don't know. Let's try it with the way our main deck is set up. I'm bringing in Chamber so we don't get fatigued, because you can actually just get fatigued by Icelander. I don't care what anybody tells you. Like, you can. All right. Very good start for our opponent here. I think we'll just pitch a couple of reds here. Try to set up a little bit of a pitch stack here. Our opponent does get to gain 1, which is pretty good for them, but... Shoo! I think let's start here and just kind of see what happens. The Frost Hex is probably only going to deal somewhere between 3 to 5 damage over the course of the game. So, I mean, Frost Hex is like going to be a 3 for 3 or a 3 for 5. Unless my opponent actually has the ability to like set up a combo kill and try to get me that way, which can be done. We'll leave that on top. That's a very good card. Let's go. I guess I should have bottomed it so I could keep a red card in my deck, but then my first hand would have been a yellow, a red 0, and 2 red 1s. So the cost of getting rid of a good card is pretty unfortunate, but... And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and boost. Like, I want to be able to see both their cards, and I want to have the option of putting both of them. So if I take the Ice Vein, they take 1, go to 35, and then take a card out of my hand. But if I take the Polar Blast, they're forced to block with their other card. So we get to push through 0 points, but we are taking their whole hand away here, which is not for nothing. All right, so we find 3 blues in one hand. Talk about quite a different pace from our last game. Or from our last hand, I mean. So I guess let's just go ahead and boost here. We'll try to push through some extra points here. Like, we've played one entire turn cycle and not taken a point of life from them, which is pretty bad for us. It's also going to be hard for them to fatigue us with the Chamber in play. Like, putting Chamber into play like makes it pretty good for us as far as like playing around them fatiguing us. I mean, I can just block Data Link and Zipper Hit and then throw like put the Pounder in play. I think is fine. I'm not like too like upset about this turn. Like, this seems like a decent turn cycle for us. We're putting 6 power into play. Clearly not going to pay for this. I will pay to prevent 1. I'm not going to pay for the Cold Snap, though. Like, I'm not even trying to play my arsenal, so there's never a reason for me to pay for that. They do get to push through 3 points on us. That was actually a pretty beneficial turn cycle for them. This hand's very good. I'm just going to try and make this hand work. Like, this hand is just very, very good for us. This is a maximum velocity hand, and, like, honestly, even if I don't get the maximum velocity off here, it's a lot of points. Let's come in with a 0 for 4. So this is going to be our 9th point here on our second attack. Okay, so they had a sink below. This is point number, this is 12 right here. I am leaving myself kind of open to a blizzard here as opposed to just playing my maximum velocity, but I'm going to be honest, I think they would have played it by now. And then let's come in for 12. So 12, 14, so let's see, 5, 9, and 12. So it's a 26-point turn overall. 26-point turn cycle that gives us a 17-point lead. I mean, it's not a bad turn, honestly, like, all things considered. So, I guess my question here, like, I'm a little worried of just going pistol because then they have the capability of keeping a fused hand. I could throw the twin drive and arsenal the combustible courier. This is for 7. And then pistol gives me the ability to make this a 9-point turn with an arsenal and set up a Teclocore. A 2-card 9. Yeah, a 2-card 9 that I can set up a Teclocore and arsenal is pretty valuable, I feel like. Yo, Billy, what's up, brother? How are you, man? I mean, because I really want to get the Teclocore in play here. We're just going to boost one time. I do like how Talishar is set up, how they've coded that to where it's like set up to like, how many times do you want to do this? Like, honestly, probably one of the better interactions they've actually set up as far as that's concerned. Another sink below. Excited to see some new dash cards in action? Well, Bobby, let me tell you, I am excited to put some new dash cards in action. Interesting. So let's think about this. We're loading a pistol. We pay with a Teclocore. I mean, yeah, they like, it was a pretty patient play from our opponent here. Should be, do you want to boost or boost? I like that too. I boost. I like that. That's funny. Doing good. Just got out of a game of League. A RAM is always fun to mess around in. A RAM? Is that like, so I'm going to be honest, dude. I don't know a lot about League. League's a little out of my forte. Like, I don't know a ton about League. From what everybody tells me about League, I'm very thankful for that. If I'm just being honest. So we didn't get to set up our Teclocore, which is a little disappointing, but I mean, this is still like a really good hand. So let's just come in for 6 here, trying to put some pressure on our opponent. Our opponent flashes in channel, which admittedly is a little obnoxious, but they have to have like some pretty like specific cards to block with here. Now they have to have a blue ice card if they want to keep their channel. And it didn't hit, so there's no reason to boost here. So I'm going to pitch this and choose not to boost. We're just going to put some extra pressure on our opponent here. So we'll hit him for 4. And then we'll just arsenal the high speed impact here. We keep drawing pretty aggressive hands, honestly. Lol, I have a family brother. I was thinking of something along the same lines. Is this guy Levi Roush on a Smurf account? Dude, honestly, Adam, it would not surprise me if he was, because that game was rough. That was tough, man. That was probably the most I've ever been like had by an online Azalea in a long time. Champion? Billy, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like anarchy, brother. That sounds like pure anarchy. All right, so let's come in for 4. Our opponent's at 19, and we have 32 cards in our deck. We've pitch stacked a little bit. I'm going to be honest, I have not been keeping track of the number of cards that have been going into my deck, so I've not been doing all of my due diligence to make sure that I'm staying on top of where we're at card-wise, so I can't exactly play into my boost, which is something I should be doing. If you're a Dash player and you're playing to like play into the boost strategy, you should definitely be counting the cards going back into your deck and trying to keep track of your hands so that you can set up appropriate pitch stacks to make sure that you are giving yourself the best opportunity second cycle to win the game. Now, unfortunately, hands like this just happen sometimes. Like, this is the tough hand. Not really a lot we can do with this hand. Like, it's just kind of awkward and, like, just kind of, like, puts us on the back foot. I think, like, if they have a good hand, this can really put us on the back foot here. So we could go high-speed impact and then see what they do. I could play the 0 to 60 from my hand. We could also just come in with Combustible Courier here if we wanted to. Like, we have some options. Being able to harpoon them would be kind of cool, but I don't see that being a world we're going to get to live in this game. Like, I don't see... Like this turn is not going to be a harpoon turn. And if it is, I would genuinely be baffled. Okay, so this is their third sink below, which is fine. So our opponent goes to play the Ice Eternal here. Pitches 2 cards. Does not reveal anything. Interesting. I mean, I'm going to pitch the Harpoon here so that we can, again, pitch stack a little bit, deciding on how we want our cards. Plus, Combustible Courier from the Arsenal is pretty good. This hand is terrible. This is not the hand we want at all. Sorry, bro. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Have fun. Oh, dude. No apologies necessary, man. I appreciate you hanging out, Vajith. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you sleep well, brother. I mean... Like, we could just pitch 3 reds to come in for 6 here, which seems really bad. We're setting up a pretty rough pitch stack, honestly. We could pitch Big Shot, Zipper Hit to play the Combustible Courier. We could pitch Big Shot to play Zipper Hit. Like, I don't know. This is, like, not great. There's, like... This is really tough, honestly. I think let's go this route. Like, we'll just try to push some damage through here. Like, I know that we boosted over 3 blues last turn, or 2 blues. It just still, like... We boosted over 2 blues, and, like, and I understand that, like, that's part of Dash. But at the same time, like, this is, like, our second all-red hand. They're going for Stormstriders. Were you going to combo me? I mean, okay. Like... We're going to pitch our 2 reds here to block as much as we can. I don't really think that's worth you activating Stormstriders there, brother. Like, take some damage. Yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty... Wow, what are these hands? I have absolutely no idea what my opponent is doing. 2, what are these hands? Like, I mean, like, sure, it's things that can happen, but like, I mean, this is tough. My opponent's going to block 3 there. And then I'm just going to pitch 3 to load the pistol and pass here to get rid of the frostbite. And they're going to Waning Moon us and put us to 22, which does let them play a lot of catch up here, but I don't know what we're supposed to do. Like, I don't know what the play is here. Like, maybe I'm just supposed to pass? I genuinely have no idea. Like, with hands like that, I don't know what to do. Like, now this is a hand I can get behind. Now, they haven't played a Blizzard yet, so that's something we really need to be aware of here. I'm going to hang on to the Teklo-Core in case there is some kind of off chance that I can actually put it into play. If I'm able to put the Teklo-Core into play, then we can probably try to, like, we can set up some, like, kind of explosive turns here. I think I'm okay with just taking 3 here. Like, I know that this and Waning Moon is, like, all they can do damage-wise because they've already used their Storm Striders, which... Okay, so now they're just giving me the information that I need. I need 2 to pay for these, so I'm just going to say nothing. And then, if they don't block with both of their cards... I get the Combustible Courier effect because they've already played all of their Sync Belows. I guess they could be on the Lucas Oswald list where they're on Fate for Scenes. Also, the guy who came in 3rd at Polish Nationals was on like 2 or 3 Fate for Scenes. So yeah, like I'm gonna be honest. I don't. My opponent did not seem like a great player, if I'm just being honest. So, I don't know. Like, we'll take it, though. After the first game, we'll take the win after how that first game went. Yeah, let's go second here against our opponent here. They're playing Max, and I actually played a game against Max earlier, and Max has some pretty cool lines. Like, has some pretty fun lines here. I'm just going to leave in my barrel shot and just try to race my opponent. I could probably try to play defensively and set up a little bit if I wanted to, but... So this hand's awesome. Load barrel shot, T-bone, data link, 0 to 60, Arsenal zipper hit here. Or I guess we're blocking. I guess they're boosting on turn 0, which is a little surprising, I won't lie. But, I mean, it is what it is. Okay. T-bones might not actually be that bad because they have 2 pieces of base equipment that can't block. So we'll see what happens. It's also interesting that they're... I mean, I guess I'm not super surprised that they're on Hanabi Blaster, but... So, let's load Barrel Shot. Actually, wait a second. Can we do it all here? So, can I go 0 to 60... activate Teklo Foundry Heart, get 2 resources, load Barrel Shot, zipper hit for 5, play Teklo Core, Arsenal maximum velocity? I mean, I'd put 2 Teklo Cores into play, which is worth noting if I want to have an insane turn next turn. Yeah, I can actually do that. That's pretty cool. No, we want that card. Having 4 extra resources next turn, we just want that card. Also, how many cards do they have in? Like, what did we hit? Sprocket, Rocket, and Twin Drive. So 2 reds, which is not great for us. A 4th red. Ew, man. Like, we're on 18 reds. Like, the idea of having, like, quad reds very often is not something that should come up super regularly. So I am a little surprised to see that it's happening to us so much tonight. Yeah, because, I mean, like... So this hand is T-Bone, Harpoon, Zipper Hit, into maximum velocity, which is all 4 resources we'll get. And then we can use the Accelerator. Then we can use the Accelerator to barrel shot them. Yeah, we'll just show them these 2 cards. They can't add either of these to the chain. If they have another Harpoon, that's a little unfortunate, but don't understand why they gave go again right there. I mean, if I didn't want to play 0 to 60 here, I guess I could play the Teklo Pounder if I wanted to, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really know if I like that. So, yeah, I think we're just going to turn this into let Harpoon be take a card from your hand. They have to give us Crown or Heart here because of the T-Bone, which is actually kind of sweet for us. I actually really like to see that, which is kind of cool. It's nice that they have to waste a point on the Heart. And then... that's 2 Twin Drives gone. I'm actually really excited, and I hope that tonight at some point I get to have a hand where I have 4 cards and I can use Twin Drive to actually play Max V off of a 4-card hand, which, like, honestly is kind of like the goal for the night for me, if I'm just being honest. That's kind of like... I guess they didn't select their cards. Show me your cards, buddy boy. You don't get any choices here. Hyper Scrapper. As an additional cost to play this, banish X items from your graveyard. When this attacks, it gets plus X is 3. If X is 3 or more, if 3 or more hyperdrivers were banished to play this way, gain 6 resources and it gets go again. Well, let's take the maximum velocity because it's by far his best arsenal target here. Was the other card a T-Bone? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I can shoot the Plasma Barrel Shot for 4 here, and then throw maximum velocity for 12. Or I can throw maximum velocity for 12. Okay, so let's break this down here. Let's break this down. So 4 points. Throw this with the resources left. So crack Achilles Accelerator, pitch this to reload this again, and then throw this. Or I throw this for 12. arsenal this and then use my tech and then use my Crown of Providence to put this in the bottom. I think having a 5-card hand and the Teklo core is good enough for me. Yeah, so I think we'll be able to shoot it again. So we're gonna shoot the barrel shot here. We're gonna use our Teklo core resources that we're gonna have next turn to like really try and like push our advantage this game. Okay, so our opponent goes to 24. We're going to come in for 12. Yo, Shark, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? So we're going to put our opponent to 22. We're going to arsenal the Teklo Pounder. And then we're just going to use Crown to put it on the bottom here and try to find an extra card. What is Rev Up? Oh, okay, so this just turns into a 2 for 6 if you're running the if you're playing hyperdrivers, which is kind of neat. So we wanted to do this anyway, so this isn't really like a loss or anything. This is actually kind of a sweet turn. We can actually have a pretty sweet turn here. I think if you're playing Max, you should probably be on Banksy. If I'm just being honest, I think that's like the line. So we get to go 0 to 60 for 3 go again. Push through 3 points. Then we get to go 0 to 60 for 4 go again. They're gonna block 3. Let's see if they sink a card here. Okay, so they did not sink a card. Interesting. And then we're gonna play Big Shot as... Okay, so this hasn't been programmed yet. Okay, so we're missing out on 2 points. This should be lethal. This should demand at least a minimum of 1. This should demand 1 card from their hand at minimum. Yeah, that's unfortunate because I boosted 2 times this turn. Right? Like, yeah, 0 to 60 and then, yeah, both the 0 to 60s. So it's just not programmed yet. So our opponent's at 2. We'll take 3 here because we are so incredibly far ahead. Like our opponent's so far behind. But yeah, if you want to play one after this, I'm down. Yeah, dude, let's play one. It'll be fun. Like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, I need to test this list into other aggro decks, so it's perfect. Down in an airplane, fried, getting suntan. Fell in a cement mixer full of quicksand. Man. Like, I don't think there's anything our opponent could do to actually get out of this from here. Hold the phone. Oh, moonshot for 6. Brother. If you were going to moonshot me, I wanted you to moonshot me for like 12 with overpower. Make me cry. This is a card I'm actually really looking forward to trying out. Moonshot looks like a pretty cool card. So plasma barrel shots loaded. So I get to go 0 to 60, or actually I get to go high speed impact, 0 to 60. We're going to pitch the expedite here because I'd rather have I think this on hit effect might be more relevant. It's the same points. I guess we should just pitch 0 to 60. It's better resources later in the game. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's 6 in one, a half dozen in the other at this point. We're a country mile ahead in this game, and this is like almost every single card we play is going to demand a card from our opponent's hand. In fact, if they let this break over, it will actually. A 1 for 4 that can't be defended by equipment. Interesting. You know, those kinds of cards are like cool, and like I think that like you can kind of like get people and cheese people a little bit in limited. But like, is there ever going to be a time when you're actually going to get somebody with that? Is always what I'm wondering. So we banished one max V, played one max V. Like our maximum velocity turn was like 26 points or something. Like it just put us really far ahead. Like they're gonna block this because they have to. They're gonna block data link because they have to, and then the plasma barrel shot's gonna kill them. Oh, we almost killed him right there. Yeah, we'll put that on the bottom. We don't care about that. And then barrel shot 4-5. Pretty good game right there. Like, you have a good game. Damage dealt 19. And our opponent blocked a little bit right there. Like, average value per turn, 18.75. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for right now. Like, that's the kind of, like, nonsense I'm trying to, like, make happen here. All right, let's play a game against old Billy Boy here. Billy. All right, Billy, I'm gonna make a game here in the other format. It's just like it'll say other above it, and you can jump in there if you want, and we'll play one, man. Sounds awesome. Hey, there he is. All right, so we're gonna run barrel shot into Billy, crown. Like, we're gonna run all the usual suspects here. I don't think we really want any of our other stuff. We're just trying to, like, again, go ham here and just try to push through as much as I can. Me being forced to go first means I'm gonna start with the Teclo Pounder in play. So we get to start with the Pounder in play, which is pretty solid. I hate going second because it means we're going to have to block in some fashion unless we just have a gigantic maximum velocity turn set up to where we can just kind of like, you know, mow over whatever. Like it'd have to be like a 25, 30 point turn. Okay, muting. Yeah, good luck, man. I appreciate it. So we'll start with Teclo Pounder since we're going first. Wow. I'm going to pitch to load the barrel shot. I'm going to pitch again to load the barrel shot, actually. Pouncing Paws. Destroy this, create a crouching tiger in your banished zone. Okay. I'm going to load this again. I'm going to keep one of my blues because there's only 17 left in our deck. So in the interest of actually trying to set up and make sure that we have a blue. Now, we would have had a blue anyway, but I still like to make sure. So, if our hand pans out, we get to go... Oh, God. Well, that's terrifying. Thank God he pitched a red, at least. Banishes Torrent of Tempo. Okay. Like, our hand right here, like... could definitely just be blocking with one of our cards. There's no question about that. Like we could definitely block with like the blue 0 to 60 here, and then block with like Teklo Foundry Heart, and then go Expedite 0 to 60 Harpoon, load the barrel shot, or like shoot the barrel shot, I mean. So it's a pretty effective turn, and like it actually does quite a bit of damage here. If Billy throws something that has 6 power at us, we could also just block 6, and then throw, like we could block 6 and then have a 8-point turn here. So it's a 14-point turn cycle, which is like pretty valuable for us. So Billy can't have Rain Razors here, so I guess I'm just gonna go here and block 5. Like, I'm not seeing any tricks that like Billy could have that could just like blow us out there. Next Crouching Tiger you play gets +1. Okay. Billy's just getting use out of his Art of War here, taking all the points off of Art of War he can, which makes sense. He really can't have Rain Razors. Oh, throwback to 3 games ago. But yeah, no, you're right. He technically, him having Rain Razors would be an illegal play. You are correct. Oh, man. I mean, I could play the Zipper Hit here if I wanted to instead of the 0 to 60. Get a blue card out of my deck and keep something in there for later. I don't know. I mean, it's just more efficient resource efficiency. Like, it doesn't... We pitch 2 blues, so having a yellow in our pitch stack will be good. I don't really think that the game will go to pitch stack. Like, we have to pitch a card here because of the Harpoon, so... Let's go ahead and get in with the Expedite here. It's coming in for 5, and if Billy respects the on-hit effect of us actually putting, like, a Teklo core into play, then... Like, we probably, like, he might have a Sink Below, so he gives us that in Pouncing Paws, maybe. Like, there's a few options here. Billy might just say, yeah, I have no respect for your cards, and I'm just going to do this. Which I don't think is, like, a horrible way to play the game, if I'm being honest. So, the yellow 0 to 60 is now going to be the 3rd card I've put into my deck. I've put 2 blue 0 to 60s and now a yellow one. The Harpoon is going to make all the difference here, like being able to like basically see, like we're going to see everything but one card in Billy's hand here, so we're going to get to have like our options here a little bit on what we want to take, which is kind of nice. Pulse Wave Harpoon is like the disruption that Dash needed. This is interesting. So if we add Torrent of Tempo, like, I don't know, Take the Tempo is, like, pretty obnoxious. Like, Take the Tempo is, like, very good. Torrent of Tempo, like, gives him a little bit of, like, there's some combo lines with Torrent of Tempo, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. This is an interesting choice. I guess we're just going to take the, like, value line that he gets from, like, having Kodachi into Take the Tempo. He's going to use Pouncing Paws here. And then we're just going to shoot this for 4. I mean, getting pretty good value out of it. Billy's probably just going to go to 28 here. So we're now up 6 points. And, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good hand. So he's going to go Double Strike. Double Strike Torrent of Tempo. I think I have to take the Double Strike here. I mean, Billy made Katsu. I don't know. I would be a little surprised. I'm assuming that like his last card is like a blue or like something he wanted to keep here. We're going to take the 2 because of Shuko, go to 31, and then we'll see what Billy presents us with. So it's a red he has in his hand. I mean, blocking 5. Actually, do I just block 5 here, block 6, play Teklo-Core, and then Arsenal the data link? I actually think that's the play. I think that's our most efficient play. We're not like really pushing the tempo, but we're like tied with Billy. So like I think we're in a spot where we can use our Teklo Pounder and Teklo Core next turn to like really like try to propel ourselves into the lead here. Kind of hope Billy's hand's a little awkward. Maybe we get lucky. Hey man, how's your day going? My day's going pretty well, man. How's your day going, Wilbur? What have you been up to, buddy? So load the barrel shot. So it's load the barrel shot with the 2 resources, and then I get to go. And then I get to go, like, I want to play the harpoon here, if I'm just being honest. Like, so what if my turn was block 3 here with the high speed impact, and then I got to go, data link 0 to 60, harpoon, activate heart, load the barrel shot, harpoon, an arsenal the harpoon. I think that's my best play. Like, I think that's the value-oriented play. I think that's unfortunate, but I think that's like the value-oriented play that I'm like looking for to like try and like put myself ahead. Good. I'm glad to hear it, man. Hey, man, once you're done, if you're down, you want to play some Fortnite. So I'm not sure if I'm getting on tonight. But if it turns out that I am gonna get on tonight, man, yeah, I was like, we're friends on Epic, so if I get on, or we're friends on Fortnite, so if I get on, I'll shoot you an invite. I'm not sure if I'll be on though. I like being able to opt 1 here with the data link. Kind of gives me a little bit of knowledge about what I'm actually going to be boosting over. And if it's like a really good red card, I could just put it to the bottom here. I mean, we'll put that on the bottom. Like, it's a red card that plays into our strategy. Lol, Motobug. Did I click bottom? Put a card in the bottom of the deck, yeah. Okay, so seeing Billy give us a card out of his hand already is like really what we were looking for. That's actually exactly what we wanted, because now Harpoon just gets to be like a very solid play here. Harpoon now gets to see his entire hand, and we get to just like have our, like, we get to have pickings of what we want here. Billy just selected 0 items on accident, and selected 0 cards from his hand on accident there. So he has... I definitely do not understand why it didn't give me... Oh, it's attack actions. So we're going to take Bleed out. I'm curious to see if he decides to add the... If he decides to add the Concealed Blade to block, or if he'd rather just go Kadachi, maybe whatever's in his arsenal. We're going to use Heart to set up and like try and have like a huge turn right here. Like, we got a blue and a red. We're going to load the barrel shot, arsenal our Expedite. And unless Billy has a Command and Conquer in his... unless Billy has a Command and Conquer... in his arsenal, we're not really like going to get blown out by anything. But even if he did, it would have thrown it by now. So I can actually go Combustible Courier. So pop Goliath Gauntlet, Combustible Courier for 8. If Billy blocks that one out, we get to pitch Dive Through Data to play Combustible Courier again. And then if that hits, we get to play Expedite, putting Teclo Core into play, and then play Barrel Shot. So it's actually like insane value we could get here off of this. Yeah, that's actually some really good value we get. All right, let's come in for 8. I mean, it's going to take minimum 2 cards, and that's if Billy has Sink Below, like 2 Sink Belows, or if he wants to give me Sink Below card and like Shuko, he can. And then even if that doesn't hit, like we're still putting on a lot of pressure here. I'm curious to see how Billy blocks this. Like I'm pretty intrigued to see how this actually gets blocked. Or if Billy just decides, and Billy just said YOLO, we're living on the edge. You love to see it. So now this Combustible Courier is for 7. This one may be easier to block if Billy has a Sink Below. The 8 might have just been a little bit too awkward. But I mean, this would put Billy to 6. And then the Expedite would also be for another 6. Like, okay. So Billy's just flexing on him right now. Billy's just decided he's taking it all here, trying to get in the red, like just going to try and get in the red zone. His hand must be really good. So my hand has been for 8 and 7 is 15 and 6 is 21. So far, this has been a 3-card, 21-point turn. There's no way he's about to let this hit for 1. Oh, the value. Oh, the value. It's so good. And then this is for 4. Wow. I mean, like, granted, like, there's no way Billy knows that I'm holding a Teclo Core, but man, does that so much value for me. Like, Billy obviously wants to keep his hand. He has Art of War with something. He has Art of War in his hand, and he has something in his arsenal that he wants to play. Okay. Okay. So create a crouching. So he plays a card that gives his Crouching Tigers +1 and creates 1. He uses Tunic to banish it and then draw 2 and +1. So, I mean, go to 20, give him Mask. Like, he doesn't have anything he can Katsu here. So, giving him Mask, I don't think is the end of the world. Gonna be honest, I think I'm just gonna, like, take my advantage I've built up and just kind of, like, try to, like, bully Billy out of the game here with, like, just, like, life total advantage that I've acquired here, because I had 2 really strong turns back to back, and Billy had 2 back to back really lackluster turns. Now, it could have been his draws. It could have just been that my draws were that good. So Billy's about to come in for 8 more here and put me to 12. I'm just going to go ahead and give him Crown. We're going to put the T-Bone on the bottom and see if we can find something better. Yeah, that's definitely not better. Like, at all. Oh, man. I mean, we can Arsenal this card and, like, try to, like, you know, get value out of this card being a 3 for 6. Because that's all we're going to get value out of is the fact that it's a 3 for 6. Like, we'll never get value out of the fact that it's a 3 for 8. I mean, I guess we could go Zipper Hit, Harpoon into Big Shot here. I could also just go Zipper Hit, Harpoon, Barrel Shot for 3, Arsenal the Big Shot. I have another turn of Teclocore, so I think I can get away with going, like, playing the Big Shot here. Now, the Big Shot's only going to be for 6 because it obviously hasn't been programmed correctly into Talishar, which, I mean, you know, like, it's like day 3 of these cards being, like, even known to the world, so, like, I'm honestly, you know, like I know I talk about like you know, like ways that like people and like games could improve, and I know that like I probably spend a little bit more time harping on that than I should. But big shout out to Fabrari for getting all of the cards input on time, like getting them input so that we can play with them. Like that's really big. And also big shout out to Talishar for like probably working like nonstop to try and make sure that like the cards are like ready to go so that we can play them on Talishar, even if the ruling's not perfect. You know, they're doing everything they can to help us out, you know, and it's like, it means a lot. Oh, it actually did it this time. It must have been because I boosted with a card that didn't like have it all set up yet. So 3 for 8 here. If Billy has a 2-block, he's going to be forced to give me... Oh, Billy has a no block in his hand. Oh, Billy has a reinforced the line. So that's what he's been sitting on. Interesting. Oh, this is it. This is our hand. This is what I said I wanted to do tonight. Oh, let's go. Okay, yeah, so Twin Drive, boost twice, Sprocket Rocket, boost, maximum velocity. Yeah, like, this is really good. I think we're just going to win the game right here. We're just going to take the Ganachis and go to 12. This is the turn we wanted. This is what we wanted. So I can load the barrel shot because I'm going to activate Heart. We're going to boost, as it were. So we boost twice, which is really cool. Yeah. And so now we have boosted for a 3rd time on the combat chain. Which means Plasma Barrel Shot is now going to be for 4. You love to see it. And then after that, I was going to break Accelerator, activate Teklo Foundry Heart, and then play Maximum Velocity. Our average, our AVPT was 15.83 that game. I mean, this deck's looking pretty good. Like, this deck's feeling pretty good. Feels like it's like, you know, like put together pretty well. Now, I have to admit, I can't take credit for like, you know, like the deck list completely here. I had some help of a couple friends today, like trying to like, you know, help me put this together. And like, I've been trying to like, I've been bouncing ideas like in my own head while I'm at work and stuff like that, and like trying to come up with ways that I can like try to make like old Dash work in with the new cards. And so far, I think this is like probably like the best looking list that I've come up with. You have 11 poppers against Dromai. You have pistol items against Bravo. The only problem that I'm worried you'll run into is that if you don't have defense reactions and you're playing against a good Bravo, I'm worried they'll just get you. If I'm just being honest, like, I'm just worried they'll get you. Harpoon, not a fair card? Dude, Harpoon is very good. Harpoon is very good. So we're going to put in all of our cards here. And now we're going to start looking around at cutting 3-cost cards. We don't want to cut Combustible Couriers because the red Combustible Courier actually gives us the ability to kill a 4 toughness dragon and still play offense with a +3. So we'll kill the Twin Drive here. Data Link looks pretty good. I guess we could, like, T-Bone is, like, pretty meh. Like, not really, like, looking too impressive, if I'm just being honest. High Speed Impact is a fine card. I guess we're looking at cutting Expedite, if, like, that's the number one thing I want to cut here. Sprocket Rocket is also going to get cut, and we're just going to play a 61-card list. Because I think, like, having 60, like, there's nothing wrong with having 61 cards. Having 2 poppers in our opening hand is definitely not where we want to be. Like, that's not the start we're looking to find here. So this appears to be like what the new red line lists are like really looking like. That they're like on Wave of Reality and they're on Seeker's leggings, or maybe it's like a more of a bigger dragon style thing. I guess it could just be like a bigger dragon, like a more of a bigger dragon. I'm curious to know if they're actually going to play something. I would be kind of shocked if they did, but they could. Like, so they're just going to play Yindarai here. So our turn is going to be pitch payload. We're going to attack Yindarai and get the counter off of it here. We're going to give it go again. What did old Bobby Boy say? Do you think that the improved aggro can help beat Bravo without the defense reactions? I'm going to be honest, man, I don't know. Like, I got to be real with you. I don't know. That's a tough question to ask, and like I think that the only way I'll really be able to figure that out is just to sit down and just beat my head against the wall and play against Bravo a billion times. Like with this list, just take take the aggro list, bring in the pistol items, and just try to beat Bravo and see if it can be done. Like I think that's the world we're living in right now. So I don't know, man. I hope so. I would like to see that be done. Wow, this hand, Chief called. This ain't it. I was hoping to like try and get to play the maximum velocity here, if I'm just being honest with you guys. So I think I might take 3 here. See what they do. I think we might just take 3. Like, yeah, let's just go to 37 and see what they follow up with. Like, we're going to pop whatever they do. We're just going to kill the other dragon, I imagine. We might just throw a 6 at them. Like, if I pop with the throttle here, or I guess... let's pop with the big shot. I think that's the best way to do it here. Yeah, so Bobby, I'm going to be on, like, man, like, I just keep thinking about your question. That's why I'm coming back to it, because, man, I don't know. I don't know if it can be done. Like, honestly, like, I'm probably going to be playing, like, a list similar to this on Fridays when this comes out, like, or something similar to, like, try and figure out what works and what doesn't. Yeah, let's boost with the throttle here. Let's attack our opponent for 6. We've pitch stacked 1 popper. We've played 1 popper, or we blocked with 1 popper, and we have another one here, which means there is 8 left in the deck. There's 11 in our list. So we pitched 1. Yeah, so I guess there's 7 left because we have 1 in our arsenal. I also don't just want to go like boosting like crazy, because if I do just start boosting like crazy, I can definitely get fatigued, especially since Dromai has the early tempo and they've been able to set up some dragons this way. And then I'm just going to kill the Thermai. Just going to pitch my 0 to 60 to reload the chamber and the pistol. Try to pitch stack a little bit, and then we'll try to set up here. So, I mean, at some point we may just have to give up on the fact that we can actually play the maximum velocity here. Let's just block 3. Let's be efficient. If my opponent doesn't do anything else to pressure my hand, I'm just going to throw Zipper Hit at them and then play the Plasma Purifier. So, Passing Mirage is very obnoxious, and I would like to get it off the field, but I think I need to get the Purifier into play. I do think it can be done, but you'll have to not stumble. Your equipment gives you 2 times where you can stop a Spinal Crush Dominated twice, as long as they don't have the Pummel too. If they run hot with Bravo, you have no chance. I mean, yeah, like, I think that's like kind of like the thing that you're always conceding to, is like kind of what you're talking about. If your opponent is just like playing just runs hot like you're talking about with Bravo, I always think you're just up a creek. Like, I don't know that there's a world like where without defense reactions you'll ever win that game. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like, there could be a world where like it can probably be done, but I think defense reactions are what gives you such a heavy leg in that matchup. So if I take 5 here, I guess I should have blocked Crown, put maximum velocity on the bottom. I mean, there's only so many turns I can hang on to the maximum velocity here before I just have to come to terms with the fact that I got to let it go. And as much as I like this hand's not throwing it. So we have a couple of options here. Like, the best option, I think, in my opinion, is to throw Combustible Courier at the Mirror Guy and then go dive through data for 7 at our opponent into 0 to 60 for 4, no boost. So we're killing an important dragon and throwing 11 points at our opponent here. And then next turn, we're just going to get rid of the maximum velocity if it's not there. Like, I think I'm just going to openly have to commit to that right now and say that that's going to be the game plan here. Now, I will say dive through data, if it hits, does give us the option to opt one, so we can try to set up our hand just a little bit better here. We get a little bit of sculpting if our opponent lets us hit. Now, they have a couple of options here. They can have a defense reaction, a couple of them if they wanted to. Let's bottom that. I don't really think that we want that. And then we'll just, like, I don't want to throw a 0 for 4 at a Nashwing. I don't want to throw a 0 for 4 to Passing Mirage. We can kill a Passing Mirage later, like with our pistol. And if we really need to, we can use Accelerator to, like, double pistol, like, Mirages if they set up 2 of them. So all right, well, this hand is crowning away our Pauper to the bottom, and then, or crowning away our, technically our Pauper, but it's not in our hand, our maximum velocity to the bottom. Uvia is obnoxious. If they're smart, they'll attack with the Kyloria first. So let's go Crown and T-Bone here. I think that's our best bet. Put this on the bottom. I mean, let's pop this. So we're up 8 points. Now we need to play board control a little bit. So like the board is pretty out of hand here. Like the board is looking pretty rough. So what we're looking to do is load the pistol. We're going to shoot the pistol at the Caloria. We're going to give it go again. So we're going to get Caloria off the field because Caloria is just a problem. And then I think we're going to kill the Uvia here. Like, I could just go after passing Mirage and leave the Uvia, but Ashwings are a pretty obnoxious way to actually to just like really put us on the back foot. So we'll just kill the Uvia here and pass. There's 3 Ashwings. We still have a few Poppers left in our deck. I was like, we could very well draw one. We drew 2 of them, which is moderately unfortunate for us. Rutro Raggy, I'm about to lose my heart. I mean, I guess they could go after my Achilles Accelerator, but they get to see 2 cards, so like it doesn't matter. Yeah, they're just gonna get my heart here, which makes sense. This is very obnoxious because it does not have what's the play here? Like, actually, I'm just trying to think about what we should be doing. So we can't put the item into play. We're just gonna have to arsenal it. So we pitch 0 to 60 to throw dive through data at the Tumultai, and then load pistol, pitch big shot for induction chamber, and then pistol the Tumultai, and then pitch maximum velocity to pistol the passing Mirage, arsenal the plasma purifier, and try to set up here for a little bit of a longer game. We have to go to 27 to be able to do this, but if we draw a Spark of Genius at some point, like, we have the capability. I guess I can pop this, actually. I just need to pop this. Like, I should have popped the last one and I just wasn't paying attention. I wasn't thinking about them actually doing that. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could activate Heart if I was feeling, like, really out there. Let's put that on the bottom. We don't want to lose that. I guess I can't activate Heart, actually. Yeah, let's kill the Tumultai here. Keep a Popper in our hand and just try to make sure that our next hand is set up a little bit. Man, this is not going well so far. It's funny because, like, I don't play this matchup a lot anymore, and, like, this is a tough matchup. Like, this is not an easy one to navigate through, and so it's just, like, it's a tough reminder that, like, this is a harder matchup. I'd really like to use my Popper effectively here if I could. 3, 4, 5. And then I've pitched at least 3 into the deck, so there's 3 left somewhere. Well, I guess there's 2 left if you're counting the one in my hand. Is that... okay. That's the second one. Rake the Embers is very tough, like, to play into like, as dash, because, like, it just gets... there's so much immediate value, and I'm gonna have to give 2 cards here to stop the Caloria hit. and then I'm just popping one of the Ash Wings here. So I'm not even really going to get to set my item up this turn, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to kill the Kylori and the Passing Mirage here. Like, maybe I should have prioritized getting the Passing Mirage off the field earlier. Like, I don't, it's so hard to say what is like actually correct in these situations, because it's all about what you draw and like how the game plays out. So like, there's not always a correct answer. Sometimes you just kind of have to like go for something and hope it pans out. And that's really all there is sometimes. So like, we're up 2 points, so like the fact that like we're not down a whole bunch of points actually means we're still in this game in some capacity. I wouldn't say that I feel great about our positioning right now, but I can't think of many times playing Flesh and Blood, like playing Dash in a Dromai, that I've been like, yeah, you're getting wrecked, bro. Like, I don't really think spots like that exist in a lot of these situations. Yeah, I guess let's kill Thermai here. Like, I hate giving up my cards like this, but like Zipper Hit is like a card that like I want to be actively attacking my opponent with, because it's a very good card. Like, it's a 1 for 5. It's an on rate card. So I want to be using it to go after their life total and put them on the back foot. But the truth is that Dromai, just like, my opponent has all the tempo right now, and I'm going to have to set up items and play a little bit of a longer game here if I'm actually going to be able to get out of this. I mean, so we could take their turn, go 0 to 60, dive through the data, and then harpoon to like try and set up and take some tempo here. We know we're not going to boost over our other chamber because it's on the bottom of our deck, but at the same time, like, let's take the Rabble here. We'll kind of like assess as the turn goes on and see what we can do. Because like their turn just could be like insane and we just may be forced to block and like kill some things. Like, Azalea is an excellent example of something that you just like have to kill. So my opponent chose Go again, so I'm going to block with Harpoon here, take 2, go to 20. We're just going to have to take 3 from the Azalea. Go to 17, and then we're just going to have to go to 15 off the Ash Wings. It's unfortunate, but it's the situation that we put ourselves into. And like, I don't really know if it's like saying the situation we put ourselves into is like a very it's a very interesting sentiment in my opinion, because like when you say that, you're just actively saying like, oh, like I've played poorly and now I'm here. I mean, I don't really know that like there might have been things I could have done better this game, but I don't really know that I can stand behind the statement that I've played poorly this game. Like, I feel like I'm playing this matchup to my strengths and trying to make things that I can happen here. Like, hopefully we can just pop something. They haven't really had a Chromai yet, so like, man, talk about it and it shows up. They also have like 6 points of equipment block left, which is like a nightmare scenario for us. Just gonna pop this and stare at them and see what they do. Like, if I was playing in paper, I would just stare at them. Like, there would be no emotion on my face whatsoever. It'd just be stone cold. Like, does he have another popper? Like, and they probably, my opponent would probably count at this point in time if we were playing in paper to, like, see where I was at popper-wise. I'm just going to take the Ashwings here. Like, no use in actually doing anything with the Ashwings. Like, I'm not going to just, like, throw a 0 for 3 and block that. So we're going to kill a Ashwing here with Go Again from the pistol. Right now, we're like kind of doing our best Oldham impression. I'm debating if I want to Arsenal this or not. Like, there's nothing else that we're really looking to Arsenal here, so the answer to that's probably just yes. And we'll use it to, like, wait and try and set up, like, an aggressive turn that we could have. Let's kill the passing Mirage. We're down 12 points, so we got some room to make up here. No, let's Arsenal. We'll give our yellow 0 to 60 here. Block efficiently. We're trying to keep our life total up. So, I mean, block 6, kill an Ashwing. Wow, they had 3 Miraging Metamorphs in that hand? Jeez. Okay, so we've now played board control well enough to at least get things off the board a little bit, which is kind of nice. I guess we'll just go ahead and throw 2 at our opponent here. Like, 2 points is 2 points, you know? Like, and if they have a card they don't want, they'll block efficiently and take their turn cycle the way that they should. But if not, they're just gonna... This might just be a take 7. Definitely not looking like that anymore. Okay, so now our turn would be 1, 2, 4. Our turn would be go to 3. And I really don't think that's where we want to be. So our 0 for 3 kills Azalea. And then 2 pistols kill Necria. So if I block with a red high-speed impact on the Necria... So I have to go to 7, and then I can block with red high-speed impact on a Necria here. I take 1, go to 6, give them an Ash, which is fine. I was like, and then a 0 for 4 really punishes us here, but... Again, I'm not really sure what we're doing about that. So we need... We're going to load both purifiers here. Going to attack Necria. Get this out of here, please. We're going to give Go Again. We're going to load here. Load here. We're going to kill the Azalea. Boosting a combustible courier kind of hurts. So this is going to hit, so we're going to opt 1 Feels pretty good. We'll bottom the blue T-Bone. And then we'll kill the Necria here. And we'll arsenal the high-speed impact. Okay, having 2 poppers in one hand is not great unless they have a Chromai turn. If they have a Chromai turn, then, you know, calculated. Mirror Guy is also obnoxious. This is also a matchup where I feel like Goliath Gauntlet is just, like, not that impressive. Like, maybe Blue Combustible Courier paired with Goliath Gauntlet helps take care of Mirror Guys. So maybe my list should have Blue Combustible Couriers to help with this matchup some. Like, maybe that's just somewhere I need to be. We're going to block 3 because we have to. They're going to come in with the Yenderai. We are going to pop that fool. And then hopefully they attack with the Mirror Guy because they think there's no way they have 2 poppers. And we just actually were lucky enough to have 2 poppers, so... We can hit them for 4. Like... So... We could leave these up, I'm not sure. This is my armory every week. I mean, it's a tough matchup, man. It's an uphill battle for Dash. It's a fun matchup, though. There's a lot of intricacies to it and a lot to figure out, but I was like, dude, playing Dash into Dromai will make you a much better Flesh and Blood player, Slime. It really will. Because, like, there's, like, you're never playing the same match twice, really. All right, let's see. Are there any more poppers left in our deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I think I boosted one. No, there's 1. Man, it's got to be at the bottom then. So we're not really playing into a popper, so I guess we just need to try and put the pressure on here. Like, we'll just have to kill the Chromai. We'll give go again after killing the Chromai, and then we'll attack our opponent for 4 here. It's a little late. Nope, hang on, guys. Okay, Carly's coming home. She forgot I was streaming, so I'm struggling with how much I want to lean into aggro and trim some blues in my Bright Lights list. Dromai is a really fun matchup. I mean, dude, like I'm only on, like, there's 19 blues in the whole list in this deck, which is very light for Dash. If you're an avid Dash player, that's a very low number. Dash is normally like a 21 to 24 style deck. So, I mean, yeah, like, it's... Like, I like... So this list is, like, very, like, Slime, I don't know how much you've been watching, but this list is, like, very centered around, like, trying to play, like, heavy aggro. And I just happen to have, like, all of these cards sideboarded so that I can play into the Dromai matchup. Like, into Dromai and into Bravo a little bit to try and make them more reasonable. And we'll attack our opponent. I mean, again, we're just going to keep, you know, like, trying to, like, push damage on our opponent every time we can. We're at 4 and our opponent's at 18, so we have a very, very uphill battle ahead of us. But it can be done. It is possible. It's not like we're like out of. It's not like we're out of the game. We're definitely not favored here, but we're not out of the game. Yeah, I'm a new Dash main, and I'm actually really excited to play her in the new heroes. Yeah, I'll probably be. Oh, that's probably gonna do this. I think that's gonna end the game. Yeah, like I think that Dash is like gonna be like really cool in the new set. I mean, I guess I could pitch my maximum velocity, which would just kind of be like lol within itself. But I think I have to pitch the Techlocore and let them take my card here. We have to block because we're just dead if we don't. I think Dash is going to be a lot of I think Dash is going to be a lot of fun with the new cards. It's just figuring out like what works and what doesn't. So we can actually clear both the dragons here. Now, again, we're like just fighting an uphill battle. Like at this point, the Dominia just kind of like I think ended the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load a Purifier. We're gonna load the pistol. We're gonna hit Dominia by boosting here, and there went our chamber. I'm probably gonna like just see what they do next turn and then concede because this game is not looking like it's gonna go our way. Played a pretty decent game for a while, but our opponent pitch stacked pretty well and just set up because they knew what we were up to. They knew the game plan that I had set up and what I was trying to accomplish. So I have 16 blues in my current Bright Lights list. Oh, I mean, oh yeah, this is gonna be bad. I mean, I was like, that's less than I have, but I mean, we're all testing right now. You know, we're all trying to figure out Bright Lights and what it looks like. I'm kind of just on the train that like the less blues I play, the harder my Icelander matchup is going to be. So kind of have to take all of that for what it's worth. Like, because I think Icelander is going to be a popular deck during ProQuest season if you're looking to play like Dash at the new ProQuest season, which I really want to figure out. It'll honestly just be figuring out. It's just going to take the three real questions that the new Dash, like any new Dash list, is going to have to answer. There are three main questions that they'll have to answer. The first one is, can you beat Lexi? Can you race Lexi? If the answer to that question is no, play something else. Like that's just, it's sad, but that is the format we're in right now. If you can't beat Lexi, you can't play. Now, if you're planning on like skill gapping people at your local ProQuest, that's a thing that people do. I hear that. Like, I hear you when it comes to that argument. But the second question you need to be asking yourself is, can the new hyper aggro Dash beat Bravo without defense reactions? And the third and final question that you have to ask yourself is, can you beat Dromai on a consistent basis? Now, these decks, like, you know, like it can be 50-50. You know what I mean? Like, if you're playing in the Dromai and you're playing against somebody who plays Dromai all the time and they're a competent Dromai player, right? And like you're saying, I'm playing games against somebody I know is decent with the Dromai deck and I know that I'm going to get good reps against. And you're winning half the games and you're losing half the games. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, like I think people get so like hung up on the fact that like something needs to be 80-20 or something needs to be like, you know, 70-30 for you to play it. And that's not the case. Like that's not the case in my opinion. Like you don't have to be like an ungodly favorite to want to play a deck. Like, because honestly, like if you play like most people that play like competitive card games at some point learn to understand that the metagame is like this little circle right here. You're trying to beat this little circle right here. And so, like, if you're aiming to beat that little circle and you can try to consistently do that, then that's okay. All right, let's sideboard here before I get too far off on my tangent. We're going second. We're just gonna start with Teklo Core and play. Like we're gonna run AB3. Obviously, that would have been a dodo move. But so like if your aggro dash list is beating Lexi half of its games, well, guess what? That's better than any other freaking deck in the format. Like that, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with being like half, like being 50-50 with a new deck into things. Yeah, I'm just gonna pitch my Teklo Core. 0 to 60 can be boosted if I need to. I was curious to know why my opponent didn't activate. I was curious to know why my opponent didn't activate their Crucible, but they played Energy Potion and wanted Arsenal, so it makes sense. So we're gonna load the barrel shot here. We're gonna start with Sprocket Rocket. I have yet to do it. I have yet to hit like a Teklo Core there to be able to actually do that. I want to. That's something I want to do. Can't wait. Dude, Minja, if you're talking about bright lights, dude, I hear you. I also cannot wait for bright lights. Like, I am so excited for this set to be out. I actually didn't buy a case of the last set because I thought that Dusk Till Dawn was like pretty boring, and I didn't think it presented a lot of like cool opportunities for like me as a card player to like buy that set. But I'm pretty in on this one, brother. I'm okay taking 6 here because the Ponder does nothing for them. Like, we get to load Barrel Shot again. And then I'm actually going to start with this card. I'm going to hold the blue High Speed Impact. It's probably one of the last cards I'll play here. I just hope the Marvel Singularity isn't crazy rare. I mean, like, so like I kind of go back and forth with myself on those kinds of things. Like I want it to be you know, rare, but I don't want it to be impossible to find. Like 1 in 10,000 or something. Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, I hear you. I agree with that. Like on some basic level, I agree with the sentiment behind what you're saying. I'm actually just gonna hang on to my blue. Like, now I drew 2 more blues. Like, who would have guessed that? But ooh, wow, did not see that coming. I assumed they did that because they were just gonna try and kill me on my turn, but and they went bottom top. Okay, but yeah, I hope it's not crazy rare. Like, I'd like to be able to like play it, you know, like I'd like to be able to like find the card and like buy it in some way. You know, I don't know how much that'll actually happen or not, but I'm not big on foils, if I'm being honest. Like, the whole like Marvel foil thing doesn't really appeal to me. It never did. It really hasn't since I started playing the game. It's just one of those things that I don't really care for. And I know there's a big part of like not just Flesh and Blood, but like card games as a whole that like people really want to like. People like really want to like, you know, like buy the foils and like be a part of that. Like, I know a lot of Magic people who are like big into foils, like, you know, so. I mean, I guess we'll boost and give the illusion of go again. I'm just going to pass. I guess if my opponent wants to let me Arsenal a card, I will here. My opponent could just try to go ham here and kill me. I have the blue, so they can't actually kill me from here, but they could if they could go for it here. And considering that I loaded the barrel shot, played a 0-cost card, and passed, it's like not crazy unlikely that I don't have anything there. Now, this is a pretty solid turn here. Like, I'm probably going to take the damage they do this turn and see if we can get them. I'm going to come in with the Expedite to start here. See, this is, man, immediately making me question how I actually feel about that. So, if I take 3, I go to 28, and then I'm taking 5 and going to 23. Let's live on the edge. Let's live on the edge. We're playing a new deck. Let's live in a world where we don't care what they're doing. Which is pretty dumb, but still fun. So let's start out with I don't think destroying that is correct at all. Like, I think having AB2 represents too much here. Plus, I'm already looking to get rid of my Accelerator this turn. Which is, like, kind of crazy anyway, honestly. I mean, this is for 3. Maybe they just give me Tunic here and still stare at me. Honestly, if they do, I think I have to pass. I don't think I can do anything here. I think I have to pass. It's 23-1. I think I just have to pass. If this was like a throttle, I would think about it. I would probably consider the ramifications of playing the throttle and keeping AB1 up, but I don't know, man. Like, if they want to go for it here, great with me. I would actually love a world where they just decided to go for it on my turn. Because then, if we go back to my turn cycle, they're at 1. I'm going to pitch my red here. I'm going to make them wonder. I'm going to make them wonder. Okay, obviously wasn't wondering too much here. If they do throw something at me, I'm just going to pitch the... Hey. So Swell Tidings is going to be for 6. I could pitch 3. Throw a Zipper Hit for 5 and then keep 1 card in my hand and probably just die. Or I could pitch Big Shot. I honestly think I have to pitch Big Shot and just take 10 this turn, which is like I don't know. I don't know. I've probably lost this game due to my like mediocre play so far. No, look at Terran. So this is going to be a pretty good like testament of like if they can kill me or not right here. Because I have AB3 when I'm at 13, and I know like through AB3 they can still do quite a bit of damage to me here, but yo, is this some Bright Lights tech? Yes, it is. I am like playing with all the new Bright Lights cards tonight, like trying to like test everything out and see how it all feels. Hey, thanks for sub 595. Whoever that was, I appreciate it. I didn't get the notification, but I appreciate you being a part of the channel. Welcome to the club. Oh, here they go. Oh no! I'm in danger. Don't let me die. Don't let me die. Don't let me die. Hurt a little bit. Good lord. Whew. I mean, I feel like I have to be dead here. Welcome to the aggro blazers. I like that. We're gonna have to make that a thing. And we'll all get blazers. See what I did there? We'll all get blazers. It's a blazing good time, man. Carly's just full stride right now with those puns. You'll love to hear it. Hey, B3. No. And then Zap's going to be for 4. That was a close one. I don't know. Like, so Dash's like big value into that matchup is the fact that she has the ability to play her turn and keep a blue in her hand. And the way we have the new deck set up, there's only 19 blues in our list, and we're taking one of them out early game to set up and start playing. So I don't know that Kano's a favored matchup anymore. And like the crazy part is like I haven't even like I honestly, if you want the truth, I've really like playing against Dromai, that was a game I wanted to play. Like playing against Icelander earlier in the game, that was a game I wanted to play. I didn't really care. Like playing against Billy's Katsu was a good game because it gave me the ability to like play against another aggro deck. But some of the matchups, like I didn't really care about playing against Kano. Like that's not like it's something to worry about, but it's not like one of the main questions I have to be asking myself right now. And so I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I really need to test it into Lexi. That's probably going to be like my big team thing. Is I'm probably going to put this together like proxied, and I'm just going to like have team members just like jam games of Lexi into me and see if we can beat it consistently. I need to find a possible good list to try out in PR, or at least give me some ideas. When you say PR, like is that like a tournament you're going to, or like is that like a bigger tournament that you're like going to? But I mean, dude, if you're looking for like new dash lists, like honestly, like I think my big thing is that I think some variation of boost dash is going to be probably as good as Lexi at ProQuest season. I may not figure it out. I'm not great at deck building. I'll just be honest with you. Like deck building is not my strong suit. I'm very good at taking good lists and playing them, but I'm not a great deck builder, and I've tried to work on that over the years. Like even from Magic days, I'm not a great deck builder, but I try to keep working on it and playing around. And I don't know, like maybe I wonder if like the whole like pistol high octane package is supposed to be a thing. Like maybe you're supposed to be on a deck like this, but you're supposed to be on like pistol high octane, and you're just supposed to be trying to like play like this like massive like high octane game. I don't know. That's tough to say. We got lasers and blazers and all kinds of Azers. That's right. That's right. I know you, and you know you, and you know that I know that you know you. God, I love that movie. It's such a good movie. Prepping for Kano is kind of a waste. Yeah, Ludeful, I agree. Honestly, like all you can do against Kano is bring in whatever arcane barrier you have and just like play the matchup. That's all there is to it. Like that's really all I can like say about that. So I'm pretty on board with your train of thought right there. I'll play against like the max deck. Like, that's fine. Like, it's a new hero, so like I'm not super interested in like testing against Max to see how broken Max is, but I am interested in playing into new heroes. I feel like it's like everybody wants to see the new stuff. I want to see the new stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's the world we live in. Just be aware of the matchup, LOL. There was only like 5 Kanos at PT. I mean, dude, like, it did like, oh god, am I going first or second? Oh man, I should have been paying attention. Whew, we're going second. Praise God. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, like, Kano's one of those decks that, like, you know somebody who's always playing it, or like it's like not really played. Like that's Kano. Like, in a nutshell, there's some guy who's always like, Kano's amazing, who's like in the 2-2 bracket. You know, like, I don't know. Boosting on turn 0, bold move, Belichick. Throw it to the wide open Gronk. Let's get rid of a zipper hit here. I know that 0 to 60 is like less powerful, but it plays better into the idea that we could, like, if my opponent throws something else, I'm gonna block with it. I'm gonna block with one of the twin drives, and they're not going to, so they're not gonna throw something else at us. If they did, I was gonna block with one of the twin drives and hope that we got to do the play. Just hope that we got to live the dream. 0 to 50. I love the text on this. It says 0 to 60. You'll get a ticket for that. Like I don't know. Like, the flavor text on like some of the cards is like kind of cool in my opinion. Like, I like some of that stuff. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. We're probably gonna end up arsenaling a twin drive because twin drive allows us to block with a card and still play maximum velocity. The crazy part is if our one card we draw is a maximum velocity, we actually can, we can still play it because we get to use our 2 resources to play twin drive, double boost, as it were. I think I'm going to get a sign, by the way. I know I'm like all over the place right now, but that's because the new set has me really excited. I'm just going to like get a sign that says boost, and I'm just going to hang it up on the wall behind me. So that's probably going to like be a real thing. I might get like a local artist or something in my area to like commission a painting that just says boost and like try to tell them it's like the whole like steampunk like mech-y kind of thing and see what they can come up with. I'll arsenal your twin drive. Don't threaten me with a good time, Ben. Send you the updated costume list I played. I'm liking it. Still need to refine it. Yeah, dude, shoot it to me. Let's talk about it. Absolutely. So yeah, Billy, send it over to me. I was like, let's talk about it, man. I like it. I was like, it looked kind of cool. Looked like you kind of stumbled a little bit during our game. Between you stumbling and Harpoon just being probably one of the best cards that Dash has access to. Yeah, there's one guy in my city who plays Kano. He has only won like 1 pro quest with it in a few years. Yeah. Say less, fam. Say less. So T-Bone, Twin Drive, Boost. So load Barrel Shot, T-Bone, Twin Drive, pitching 0 to 60, Boost, Barrel Shot for 4 is a 12-point turn off of a 3-card hand. And then we get to Arsenal Twin Drive and try to set up for a max V turn, or try to make something pretty like cool happen. We'll also kind of see how our opponent responds to us attacking them this turn. See what they go for here, because they've already boosted a little bit, but I'm curious to see if like maybe they're like, oh, I can fatigue my opponent or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know how to. Oh no, it's doing the thing where it's stuck on the side. Hiss. I don't like when it does that. Why do we boost over? Zipper hit, 0 to 60 red and a blue T-Bone. You read Ben's comment, and I was like, okay, who's trying to make a play at my man? Nope, it was just Ben. It was just Ben being Ben. Oh, Carly's about to start a fight in the YouTube chat. I love it. Like, blocking with this card cannot be like an efficient use of your turn cycle. Yeah, we played 2 cards and we're coming in with a barrel shot for 4. I like it. I like using the barrel shot every turn that I start the game with, just because there's so much value behind it. Jesus, what is this hand? Ugh. Hiss at him. Exclamation point bando. Oh man. The banjo, for everybody who isn't aware, is Ben's favorite Fortnite emote. It's literally just some dude sitting there like on a banjo. When we play Fortnite, he kills people and does it. It's pretty funny, honestly. Would probably tilt the living oblivion out of me. You're in a boot, I can take you. My boot is a bonus weapon. Dude, y'all saw it here. There's a fight happening in the YouTube chat. Everybody be prepared. If you guys hear me talking about Carly and Ben fighting later, you guys know exactly what happened. Holy crap, we didn't block at all. Oh, they cranked. Crank them, John. Okay, so my man's is like really trying to set up here with the hyperdrivers. He got 3 hyperdrivers in play. So let's think about our turn a little bit here. Like, we have a few options, I feel like. So we can, if we load the barrel shot, we're looking at 0 to 60, pitch big shot to activate heart, and then we're going to go dive through data and high speed impact. So we're setting up the plasma barrel shot for a later turn, and then we're going to have a 12-point swing here. We also have the option of using our 2 resources to go high speed impact, dive through data. Like, so 0 to 60, dive through data, 1 resource floating, activate heart, pitch high speed impact to throw big shot. So that's a 12, that's an 8, 16-point turn off of 4 cards. 4 cards, 16-point hand's not bad.
Bonus weapon.
Oh my god. Carly's flashing her bonus weapon at you, Ben. So, I mean, I think throwing the big shot is our best case scenario here. So, and I like throwing the dive through data because it gives us the opt 1 effect. I don't know, like, so 0 to 60, dive through data, activate heart. Like, yeah, it seems like our best line. It's 16 points here. Do you have any callings or battle hardens coming up around you? Honestly, no, not really. Like, there's some I could go to. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm probably like, I looked, and towards the end of the year, I think there's some within about like, I think there's a battle harden within like 10 hours of me, I think is what I found. So I could fly to a battle harden if I wanted to, because I'm not driving 10 hours by myself anymore. I'm past that point in my life. When I was 18 and I played Magic every weekend, you could have talked me into it, but not now. So, I mean, I'm probably not going to go to any major events besides ProQuest for the rest of the year. If I'm just being honest. Like, there's ProQuest, and then the rest of the year is probably just going to be like, you know, me playing the new cards and hanging out with friends and playing locals and some stuff like that. So, are you, Ludeful, are you looking at any callings or battle hardens or anything coming up? I was like, I know that there's, like, I think there's some events coming up on the West Coast. I think. I haven't really looked to see if there's any callings or anything on the East Coast the rest of the year. Just 100% have not looked. I kind of want to bottom the twin drive here. I kind of want to bottom the twin drive here. Like, it's really good, but like, if I bottom the twin drive, I can like, I don't know, try to set up a 5-card hand here, and if I draw a blue, I get to boost 3 times with some potential extra fireworks here. Let's see what else they do. I'm currently up 20 points on my opponent here. Like, we're currently up quite a bit here. I've been trying Teklo Vossen out, man. He is fun. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited to hear that. That he's like looking like that Teklo Vossen's looking like a fun hero. I'm gonna be honest, he's probably gonna be the hero that I'm probably going to experiment with the least. Like I don't know. That might not be accurate, but right now that's how I'm feeling about like the heroes. Like Max looks really cool, and I really want to like make a moonshot, you know, like haha, I get you kind of deck, because I think throwing moonshot at anybody for 12 sends a message. Just, it may not be the best thing in the world to do, but it sends a message, I'll say that. So so my opponent here can, oh no, it's time for the maximum velocity. Oh boy. Going to one on Bright Lights release this weekend. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Where is there a calling at on Bright Lights release this weekend? I must have, man, I guess I've kind of missed that. No. Yeah, all right, we'll take 10 here. We're still up a point, and we have every single card in our hand. So our opponent's turn was really good, but like, I just don't think that like this person, like this, I don't know. From what I've seen so far from Max, he doesn't really seem to keep up with our boost aggro deck. So let's actually make the play where we throw the high speed impact and make it seem like it's relevant, which it kind of is here. Not saying he's going to be good though, but this reminds me of how I used to play Magic. I mean, dude, if playing a hero or a card game recreates a fun memory for you, that's what you're doing it for. Like, I mean, like straight up, like that is the, like when I'm playing Flesh and Blood and I have like a nostalgic memory of a card game or something I used to do, like playing Magic, I'm always like, wow, like this is the feeling I've been trying to like get, you know, from playing Flesh and Blood. And so it's like, it's always really cool to experience that and be a part of that. So man, if Teklo Vossen like brings back fun memories for you, dude, then like enjoy it, man. Wallow in it. That is like peak experience right there. Not a calling, just a battle harden in Milwaukee. Oh, gotcha. Or it's actually Milwaukee because you don't say the L apparently. I learned that. I don't know. Carly told me that sometime in the last like 4 years. So, that's cool though, man. That's cool. That's awesome, dude. I hope you do well. Do you know what you're playing, or is it limited? Is it limited? Ooh, or is it CC? Because man, I was like, dude, if it's limited, that'd be cool. A limited, like a limited battle harden to like start the new season would be awesome. And then we get to come in for 6 again. We still have yet to get the Live the Dream where we actually get any text, turn the Sprocket Rocket into a 0 for 4. I want to make it happen at some point though. Oh no, I'm in danger. Oh man. All right, so this thing gets to block every turn, which is kind of tough. So he's playing Nitro Mechanoid Max, which is kind of cool. It's CC and most likely Lexi lol. I mean, what else is there to play, really? I mean, sadly, you're right. And, like, I hate that that's, like, I hate that that's where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, but you're right. I mean, like, what else are you playing? Like, playing Lexi is the best choice this weekend. It is the most, like it's the best deck that's, like, refined. So you're not, like, playing all week going, oh, Dash is going to do this, or Max is going to do that, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, so But yeah, I mean, Lexi feels really solid. Like I know that like our team is still like working on Lexi and like playing Lexi, and like I've kind of stepped away from that personally for like a mental break from like just grinding the best deck. Like one, as a human being, and two, as someone who, you know, like I mean, like making like one, I don't want to play Lexi all the time. Like it's not how I like to do things. It's not how I approach the game. It's just not who I am. But also, like, as a content creator, like, you know, somebody who makes content, you know, like, and whether you love or hate my content, you know, either way, like, it's like playing the same thing over and over and over again is not appealing to people. And you know, like, I understand that. Like, it's a very rational thing in my head, you know, like, if you're not enjoying like watching the same thing over and over again, like, it's just not fun to watch. And like, part of me, like, when like pro quests are coming up, or like I guess nationals more so than ProQuest. Like if nationals is coming up and I need to be grinding and I need to make sure that I'm like, you know, at the like tip of the spear kind of thing, you know, like I understand. Okay, is this our hand? Is this what we're looking for? So, I mean, this doesn't have anything insane in it. Okay, now that's looking better automatically, in my opinion. Like, this is going to be a pretty good turn. Yeah, I'd love to play Azalea, actually, but some people will be there on Fatigue Bravo or something, and I'd hate myself. I mean, yeah, like, Azalea just, like, can't really beat Bravo. Like, it's sad. But, like, that's definitely keeping her out of the format. Like, I hear you, man. I hear you. So, is my opponent dead? They block this with the Mechanoid. Or am I just on crack here? Card from hand. Card from hand. 2 cards from hand. Mechanoid? Or I guess I'm just supposed to throw the barrel shot. And Dromai as well. Azalea and Kano are my favorite decks. I mean, Azalea's cool. I've actually been playing like a little bit of Azalea, like trying to like... I've been playing Azalea, like trying to like see like if she was going to be like the next big thing moving into the format that like nobody was like really doing a ton of. But like, you just, it's so bad. It's so hard to beat Bravo. Like, it's so hard to beat Bravo. You just don't. I have yet to find a consistent way to beat Bravo with Azalea. And I think Kano's fun. I have a stream every now and again where I play Kano. When I say every now and again, I mean every now and again. I'm talking like a couple times a year where I like play, having a stroke. Man, there's my second max velocity. Yeah, I have a couple streams a year where I play Kano just to like keep my mind fresh on playing Wizard and like making sure that I'm staying in that headspace. Like, just have an item, dude. Just one time, just have an item. Come on. And then the Mechanoid is going to come in for 5 this time around. And now we have our maximum velocity to end the game. Or it's going to come in for 6 for some reason. I guess it only loses the toughness. So Twin Drive. Let's make sure I'm not having a stroke here. So Twin Drive, Boost, T-Bone, activate. So Twin Drive gets 2 cards. T-Bone gets his equipment. Or I guess we start with T-Bone, then go Twin Drive. So T-Bone gets his equipment, Twin Drive, and then we activate Heart to throw the maximum velocity. Thankfully, we got to throw one of our max velocities. Like, if we didn't get to, we're going to be in a bad spot. I thought I was only going to block for 4 this time, but I guess I miscounted somewhere. Haha! Boost, boost. Boost, boost? Boost, boost. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might actually commission like a local artist to like make me something like that. I guess I don't want to activate Heart. I just want to throw this because if I do, they can block again. And I'd rather them just be able to block with the 2 cards in hand and then take 4 and die. The Mechanoid made that game closer than I felt like it probably was going to be. AVPT 16.5. Those are the kind of numbers we're looking for. Those are exactly the kind of numbers we're looking for. Those like 15, 16 point numbers where like that's our average hand value. That is exactly how we're looking to like win these games. Like, so let's talk about that last game as a great example. Now I know that like Max isn't like the hero that's going to put on a ton of pressure and make us block and things like that, but we just played a game where our average value was like 16 something, 16.5, is that what I said, or 15.6? I can't remember, but it was high enough for me to be impressed. We took that off of like only one hand that we really had was insane. We didn't really have that many broken hands. Like we had one maximum velocity hand, and then other than that, the rest of our hands were fine. Like we only played one max V that game, which is like, I guess it's not the floor. The floor is playing 0, obviously, but like we didn't do anything crazy. We didn't like, I won a game earlier where I had a 26 point turn and a 24 point turn. That's insane. That's really good. Like, you know, like you're talking about 50 points across 2 turns. Like, that's really good. That's really good. So I don't know, like this is showing promise. If like just like being honest, this is showing promise. Okay, so this is a good test. We needed this. I needed this tonight to see if this was going to be worth it or not. It's also going to hurt that we don't have that we have a Goliath Gauntlet in. That's another thing that's going to hurt. So we want to bring in these 7 cards here. And then we'll cut T-Bones. I'm not really interested in having in T-Bones. And then Expedite doesn't seem that good. Twin Drive seems good. Data Link seems okay. You know what? Let's cut these. Let's cut a lot of our 0 for 3s, and let's bring in 2 costers here. How different is this deck from normal Dash? It's pretty different. I changed it quite a bit. Like one of my buddies and myself like really spent a lot of time working on this list today to like make sure that it was like going to like fit into what we wanted it to do. And I mean, so it's quite different. This is like hard aggro. Like regular Dash is like on like defense reactions in the sideboard and some other stuff like that, and like this isn't at all. Steelbraid Buckler? Brother. Alright, so we have a chance here because my opponent sideboarded wrong. The Don Chaka. What a name. I wonder if that's their real name. Anytime I see names, I'm always like, man, is that like your real name? Like, is that like what you go by in real life? Because if so, that's kind of cool. Uh-oh. I was like, haha, I'm in danger. I mean, I assume they're filtering a little bit here. I'm just going to give these 2 cards. I want to set up an item. Like, honestly, that's what I'm about right now. I just want to set up another item. So we drew another blue, which is awesome. We were definitely not guaranteed to draw another blue, especially considering how our deck is laid out. So we're going to get a Purifier, and we're going to arsenal our Zipper Hit here. We don't have any, like, whiffs in our deck like we normally would, so we can't just, like... you know, normally we can't just boost at all because we can whiff, and if we banish something we need, then, like, we're screwed. But, like, we can probably boost a little bit here and try to play a little more aggressive if we want to. This guy's trying to fatigue. Lol, 66 card deck. Yeah. See, I'm going to be honest. I kind of wish that I was on, like, a... I kind of wish that I was on... If he's fatiguing, I kind of wish I was on defense reactions. It's like, I'm curious to see if my opponent actually has the pummel or not. And they don't. Interesting. So we can come in with the pistol for 3 here, and then I'm going to throw my... No. Go again. Dude, this has probably become, like, one of my least favorite interactions on Talishar, and it's really just happened in the last, like, 6 hours because I've been playing Tash recently, but I hate how they have the items set up, man. Drives me crazy. And then let's just throw this for 5 and say no to boosting. You okay? Yeah. What happened? Is it your leg? Carly's back here trying to kill herself. Good lord. Huh? My leg is all bruised. Your leg is bruised? I didn't think it would be. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay, so our opponent still has unmovables in. I'll be curious to know if they have sinks in. So I don't really have a way to stop this, which is like a little sad. Like, even if I blocked with my heart here, I would still only be blocking 4, and I would take 6, which means I still couldn't throw my big shot. So what I can do here is pitch this to load this, and then I'm just gonna add a steam counter, and then I'm gonna play my Teklo core. Like, we're gonna play the setup game, play patiently here. Like, at some point, hopefully Bravo takes a turn off where they're not, like, really just hopefully they just take a turn off at some point. Like, having 4 blues in my hand with only 19 blues in the deck is also pretty uncanny. Blue and Movable may just be in his main board. I would honestly say that Blue and Movable is in his main board. And I think that that's like a pretty, like, fair play personally. Like, I play Blue and Movable on my main board. Like, did they really just have no way to give go again right there? All right. So we're going to have to, like, click through this manually and add a billion steam counters here. Might just sit on the harpoon here. I don't know. Probably just sit on it and just kind of, like, take the harpoon patiently. There's no reason for us to throw this at them. Plus, they like if we just let it sit there, they might start to think that we're on a defense reaction. I can keep the pounder here and pitch it if I want. Playing Teklovesen has a problem. Now I want play sets of cold foil. Evo equipment and paper now. Oh, God. Bobby, I swear, dude. Don't make me, like, find a way to get a hold of Autumn to, like, keep you in check with your problem, dude. Like, don't you dare. Don't you start doing nonsense now. We don't want that. For all of us, brother, we don't want that. This is dominated, so I mean, if they have the pummel, we'll discard the payload. Okay. Interesting. Let's come in for 3. But okay, how about this, Bobby? How about we see how much they're gonna be, and then we'll have this discussion at a more logical time. How does that sound? So they can't gain power, so there's no reason to me popping the Goliath Gauntlet. I think I am gonna boost here actually. Just kind of stare at my opponent and see what they do. We've set up an item here, so like making them think about what they're gonna do is definitely gonna like have some value for us. Six dominate. I mean, they have plenty of equipment they can block with and defense reactions, I'm sure, but I'll buy them as singles. I'm sure the non-Majestics ones won't be too expensive. I mean, they probably won't be too bad. Like, honestly, like all kidding aside, they probably won't be too bad. Like, the non-M ones will anyway. Man. This hand sucks. Buy 3 normal copies and 1 cold foil of every equipment. When you equip, just get in your inventory the mini snapped. I mean, hey, that's definitely like an option. So we can block 9 and throw 6 here, which is by far our best play. We block 9, we take 1, go to 23, and throw 6. Yeah, I think that's exactly what Leonardo. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that I could pronounce your last name. Like uncultured American talking inside of me, but I definitely don't know that I could pronounce your last name. But yeah, having 1 copy of every card like Dromai does for their dragons is actually an insanely smart play. That's I would say the most efficient way to do it. So we're up 4 points. We get to come in for 6 here. Our opponent gave us 1 card. This hand is not good. I would like to be able to set up my chamber here, but this is not good. Passion and love. That's cool. I mean, listen, you could have a way worse last name than Passion and Love, brother. Like, your last name could be like, I don't know, like Dinklefart or something for all I know, like, which would be terrible. Let's just, like, if they have the pummel, we're not going to lose any value here. I mean, we're going to lose the value of not being able to play our chamber, but we're not going to lose the value of our equipment. So we're just going to do this and not boost and then arsenal our chamber and try to set up a little bit here. I really like my last name. Dude, you should. It's awesome, man. It's yours. Wear it with pride. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have like Command and Conquer here. That would just be sad news bears. This is this is pretty good here. So block Twin Drive and Throttle, pop Goliath Gauntlet and throw Throttle for 8. Maybe it's block, twin drive, go to 18, pitch to load the pistol with the throttle, and then come in for 8. I don't know. It's a cool last name? Yeah, it absolutely is. 100%. Yeah, I think we take 1 here. I don't think we want to give 2 cards out of our deck. I am also a little worried about like my life total at a certain point, though. Like I'm at 18. So the alternative line here is that I pitch my throttle to... I could pitch my throttle to load the pistol and then play the chamber and then arsenal my throttle and try to set it up for next turn. I don't know. No, we're not going to boost. I don't think there's a reason to like boost and come in for some extra points here. Seems a little greedy. Okay, so our opponent blocks. That gives us pretty good tempo, in my opinion. That's pretty good. I'm building Teklo Vossen. What do you think about his game plan in game? So I'm going to be honest. He is the one hero that I haven't sat down and like tried to experiment with yet. I don't really know what his game plan is going to look like, if I'm being honest. Bobby, Robert Bryant in the chat has been testing with him a little bit, so he might be able to give you like more insightful information. But yeah, if I'm just being honest, I don't really know what his game plan is going to look like right now. Like, I don't know if it's going to be all of the equipment. Like, is he just looking to like set up and block a ton? Like, honestly, I don't know. Boostash and Max are the 2 heroes that like probably excite me the most out of the new set for what I'm looking to try and like accomplish. So let's just play the chamber and arsenal the 0 to 60. We can try to set up and boost a little bit here if we want to. Hopefully our opponent like yeah, let's block 9. Pretty good turn from our opponent here. Let's come in for 2. Like, let's stay consistent. Let's stay with the game plan. Let's just keep pushing damage here. We want to do anything we can to push damage. Hopefully this is a hand that allows us to block for 6, load the pistol, and then play the purifier in a productive fashion. I would call this a very good hand for us. Like, this was... They had 4 cards going into their hand and a potential to take all of the pressure away from us. This was a steal for us. Let's boost here. Let's see if our opponent wants to block. I cannot believe that they brought in Sink Belows against us. Like, it's just like such a... I don't know. Like, it's just such a bad play. Like, if you're a Bravo and you're bringing in Sink Belows against Dash that you know has pistol items, you're playing incorrectly. Like, and I would be willing to sit and have a discussion with somebody about that, but it's a pretty hard and fast stance for me. So you'd have to have a pretty decent argument for me to, like, disagree. I was thinking on some defensive Exodia. Listen, if you got Exodia in the name, I'm down. I really like heroes with a high skill ceiling. Hey, I get that. I 100%, I can absolutely get behind that, dude. I think I'm just going to block all 9 here, actually. Like, I don't think there's a reason to not to. Or not to. Not to. Good lord, I can't talk. And then I'll swing 2 here. I went full Evo with 12 red boost cards since boosting an Evo is great value with him. That's actually a pretty sweet way to build the deck. So, like, you're, like, still pretty heavy defense. It's just, like, also, like, you're still pretty heavy defense. It's just you're also playing some, like, red boost cards to, like, try and maximize his ability. Yeah. I like that, honestly. That seems kind of sweet. I feel like playing Frost Mage back in Hearthstone. Cool. Brother, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know it. I don't know diddly about Hearthstone. Just being real. I don't know anything about Hearthstone, man. Hearthstone is something I've never really like played. I was never like a part of the Never got on the Hearthstone bandwagon. Like, I don't have anything against it. I just never really played it. So, sorry, man. I don't know what you're talking about, unfortunately. We've now set up our Exodia, if you will. That's now going to be how I'm going to refer to the pistol items tonight, because Leonardo has put Exodia in my head, so I will now be saying that for the rest of the night. You're all welcome. Oh, Lord. Okay, so they're shelling out the equipment now. Here we go. They're shelling out the equipment. It means their hand's pretty good, which is also kind of terrifying. But that means the rest of the game, they're having to play us straight up. We're back to all blues now. Frost Mage equals Exodia deck in Hearthstone. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. And yeah, Pistol Dash is for me as an Exodia deck. Oh, dude, it 100% is, because you're just like, you're trying to set up the items, man. Absolutely. I feel you, brother. I feel you there. Here in Brazil, we call Exodia deck. Or Time Bomb deck. Oh, that's cool. I've never heard of Time Bomb deck. Is that like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Wasn't like Time Bomb a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Like, or maybe that's just like a cool term you guys have come up with. I think I'm going to take 8. Or take 7 and go to 8. I think to see what they throw at me next. Okay. So if their last card is a defense reaction, which it very well could be, they cover up pistol with that. They take 1 pistol, they give us a card from pistol, and then they give us a card from this, and they're left with 2 cards. Or I can block 6, go to 6, and then I can throw this and pistol twice. I need to set up a turn here where I can like really take advantage of the tempo and like try to push damage. Okay, so 2 blues leaves me 1 short of shooting everything, which means I can shoot this twice and shoot this, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to count our resources here and make sure that I'm not just like living in Candyland. Yep, so let's boost this. This is coming in for 4. And we get to opt 1, which I'm a pretty big fan of. Guess we'll put that on the bottom, a blue 3 block. We probably don't want to get rid of that. So they can take this and go to 1 if they want. Or they can go to 4 and hammer us. And then depending on what our hand looks like, all blues. You love to see it. The only thing that really hurts us here is a Command and Conquer, which we know they don't have because they've played 2, or they blocked with 1, played 1, and then they pitched 1. I know they pitched 1, so if there's 2 over here, which there is, we're good to go. And they concede. Our AVPT was only 10.6, but that's just the Bravo game. Winning the Bravo game, I know it was a fatigue Bravo, but still winning the Bravo game with no defense reactions feels pretty good. The card exists in Yu-Gi-Oh, but the term is used to refer to an imminent danger here in Brazil. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's kind of cool. Okay. Time Bomb is used as imminent danger in Brazil. That's, like, kind of cool, actually. I did not know that. That's kind of neat. Okay, 5 and 3 so far. I think I want to play one more. Like, I don't feel quite done with our list yet tonight. I want one more game of, like, data. Like, I want to play an aggro match to end the night. I mean, if another Bravo joins in, I'll play against them, but I want to play another aggro match. They want to... Oh, okay, they just didn't want to click on send a message, I guess. So they're going first, so we're going to start with Teclocore since we're going second. And we're just going to try and, like, go ham here. I mean, this hand's looking pretty good already. So we can get their Bender and their... Oh, they're playing HyperX. Interesting. I'm intrigued to see that they're playing HyperX, honestly. I'm going to block with a blue here. My turn's pretty set up without a blue. So we're just going to... Like, even if it's the only thing I get to do... They're playing yellow Expedites. Interesting. So... T-Bone, Data Link, Harpoon, strip a card from your hand, activate Heart, load Barrel Shot, Arsenal to dive through data. Yeah. Yep, that's our play. That way we get to have some hand disruption here with our Harpoon. We get to set up a good opting card for our next card, and then we're getting to set up the Barrel Shot as well. So yeah, Disruption, Barrel Shot, Arsenal, a good card. It's a pretty good first turn of the game. They're playing one more card in their deck than we are. Or I guess, no, they boosted once, so... Or I guess we have two cards over here. Oh, this is the second time we boosted? No. So they're playing the same amount of cards as we are. They started with 60 as well. Okay. Good note. The one funny thing about this deck is, like, there's not that many twos in the deck. Like, there's Combustible Courier. Like, in the main deck, there's 2 Big Shot. There's 3 red Combustible Courier, 3 Twin Drive, and now we get to pick apart their hand. And then there is 3 Maximum Velocity. Huh, interesting. So I guess let's just take the 0 for 4 here. They have 2 Nitro Mechanoids, so taking another one is redundant. If you're playing Magic and you Thoughtseize your opponent and they have 2 Thoughtseize, you're probably not going to take a Thoughtseize. There is some scenarios where that's not accurate, but more often than not, then you're just not going to take a Thoughtseize there. Okay, this is exactly what we want. We can actually just Arsenal the Big Shot, which is really cool. I mean, we know, no, there's 2 Nitro Mechanoids. Blocking this is irrelevant. We know there's 2 Nitro Mechanoids, so blocking this is 1000% irrelevant and means nothing. They can crank this and come in with Banksy if they want, and then keep the same thing. I think this is fine. I'm okay going to 34, giving them their counter back. There'll probably be a point in the game when I'm not okay with that because I want to get rid of their hyperdrivers, but today's not that day. So I think we save the Accelerator for another turn. All right, so let's get some equipment here. Let's get some equipment. I was like, come on, hit a Techlo Core one time. I was like, let's do it one time. We got to live the Twin Drive hand earlier. So for everybody who doesn't know, if you have no Arsenal, you can actually play Maximum Velocity off of 4 cards now. So if you have a blue, a 0-cost boost card, a Twin Drive, and a Max V, you get to go Twin Drive, boost, and then you get to go your 0-cost boost card, and then you get to play Max V. So if you have a red 0 to 60, a Twin Drive, and a Max V, it's a 19-point turn. If it's a 0 for 3, it's an 18-point turn. You're talking about a 4-card, 18, 19-point turn. That's like very above rate and honestly just very good. We're going to put that on the bottom. We want to save any maximum velocities we can here. So we're going to crack that. We hit 2 red cards. We have hit 1 billion red cards right now. Now, part of me thinks that I'm like so skewed on how many red cards that I hit. Like, I'm so worried about it because old school Dash, when it hit red cards a lot, was just like up a creek. And this deck's just not. Hyperdriver, crank that. I'm gonna like start making songs out of decks. This is the price, right? What's the price? Sorry, Leonardo, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know if there's a message I missed somewhere. Let me look on YouTube and see if there's one I can't see. Oh, always burning our red cards. Gotcha. Yeah. So, like, dude, it's like I love Dash, but man, it's definitely the downfall. I could play this safe. Just put my 3 for 6 on the bottom. Although I do have a very good hand, honestly, because I get to go 5, go again, 4, go again, into 8. I mean, that's a 17-point turn off 5 cards, which is only slightly above or 8, but that's still a pretty good turn, all things considered. No, they had a hyperdriver. They actually had the hyperdriver. Like, our opponent is like getting a lot of value out of their turns, but like, oh god, that's terrifying. Okay, well, they're immediately in the driver's seat. They are like immediately in the driver's seat now. This is like honestly very scary. Yeah, and they had an extra action point so they can attack me again. Yeah, that's really cool. So that's pretty dumb. That's really dumb, actually. Jesus. That's going to be tough to beat. God bless you? Oh, thanks, Leonardo. I appreciate it, buddy. I mean, I could go boost, come in for 4, use accelerator. So it makes my turn from a 5, 9, 8, 17-point turn, or I'm sorry. Yeah, 17-point turn to a 21-point turn, which means it's technically forcing lethal in some fashion. I'm not opposed to this. I think this might be our play. So let's boost. And we hit 2 blues. Now, I think that when your opponent boosts off the twin drive, it immediately sends a message. Like, it immediately tells your opponent that you're up to something, that you're probably up to maximum velocity, or in my case, it could also just tell my opponent that I'm trying to get as much value off of the plasma barrel shot as physically possible. Okay, so our opponent is no longer required to block the rest of the turn if they don't want to. Did I just hit all 3 blue high-speed impacts right there? Wow. Well, thank God I didn't draw that. That would have been terrible. Terrible! I think let's bottom that. I think we're looking for better cards. Just honestly, I just think we're looking for better cards. The Nitro Mech is really scary. They can do the transformation too quickly. Yeah, so I think that's Max's like biggest like upside is that he can do the transformation super quick. So it's pretty terrifying. But yeah, the Nitro Mechanoid is like very scary. I agree with you. We're probably gonna give equipment here to try and like filter our hand, make our hand better. Man, they're just on all of these, aren't they? I don't know. Our hand's pretty good. I mean, this is a 12-point hand. Like, Or it's a... How many max Vs have we seen? We put one on the bottom, and we played one, so there's one left in the deck. We could alternatively... Instead of having our 12-point turn off of 4 cards, which is actually below rate, we could go High Speed Impact, Data Link, Barrel Shot. So it's 4, 7, 10. It's only 10 points, but we do get to Arsenal the Twin Drive, which is pretty good. God, and my opponent is using those, like, cards to set up extra action points. And 2 turns in a row, I've just let him do it. Man. It's really good for my opponent, though. Like, the good news is that next turn, we can just give our equipment and try to set up here. I think that is actually what makes it correct for me to just come in with High Speed Impact and Data Link. We're going to have to hope that we can, like, have an explosive turn. Like, honestly, that's just where we're at. We're going to have to hope for an explosive turn right here. Like, coming up. We only have one more turn probably before the Nitro Mechanoid is probably just going to, like, kill us. Attack, banish a card from so if they can't banish cards, I assume they can't actually... I assume if they can't banish cards, they can't attack. So at a certain point, are we just trying to hang on? Like, are we just along for this crazy ride and we're just trying to hang on as long as we can and hope that the rest of their cards are just so weak? Let's leave that on top. That's a very good card. And then we'll come in for 3. Now, they don't have to block this. This is not like a required block for them, so... Okay, well... This is exactly what we want. Okay, put a counter on a hyperdriver and it gets +4. So... It's coming in for 5 now, so I can give Zipper Hit and Teklo Foundry Heart. Block 5. And then if I'm gonna play the maximum velocity... I mean, the blue Expedite being for 5 is really good. Like, my opponents played a really really good game, and they've done some really cool things. Like, losing games like this is like, it's not frustrating at all. Like, I actually really enjoy these new games where I will get to watch my opponents do something cool, and I'm like, oh wow, that's awesome. Like, it's really cool that they got to do that. You know what I mean? Like. I think we have to go to 3 here. Oh, I was like, what the heck? But I understand now. I see what they're doing. So now this is for 6. So if I give max V... I go to 2. Do I just need to bottom this? I think I just need to bottom the Twin Drive. And cry myself to sleep now. I'm probably dead here. Like, that's probably game. So, I think we need to find, like... So, I should have blocked with the yellow 0 to 60 earlier. blocked with a max V, not bottomed anything, and then I could have went twin drive zipper hit, here in a card and 2 cards, they're left with 1 card. I give, if their card is a 0, they boost, activate max, crank, come in with their card. So I'm forced to give up 2 cards next turn, which means then I'm on 2 cards. So but now they have 3 hyperdrivers in play, and they're on 2 cards. So blocking with a zipper hit, I don't know if it would have won me this game, but I could say that it definitely made me lose this game. So I can definitely look back on this game and be like, I could have played better. I could have made a better play to put myself in a better spot, which is important to realize. Plus, my opponent assembled like Mechanoid on like turn 3 or 4, which is kind of cool. I know that it can be done on turn 2. Somebody was telling me the other day it can be done on turn 2. I don't know how, but like, it's a friend of mine and I trust them, so I believe that it can be done on turn 2. All right. Let's see if we can hang on here. I doubt that we can, but I wanna I wanna block with the Foundry Heart, but I'm hoping that this is for 5 instead of 6 now. But I don't know. If the Mechanoid is still just for 6, then I'm just dead here. There's nothing I can do about it regardless. Yeah, so we take 2 and die here. So it didn't matter how we blocked, we were just dead regardless. Okay. That was a 6-turn game. Wow. Felt like a longer game than that. We dealt 17 damage on turn 3. We dealt 13 damage on turn 4. But they also dealt quite a bit of damage to us. Those were the back-to-back. Those were the expedite turns. Those were the expedite turns that allowed them to have extra action points. That is a mistake I will never make again. Knowing that my opponent, GG's, thanks, man. I appreciate it. So knowing that my opponent is able to actually use Expedite to put Hyperdriver into play to then crank it to gain an action point is insane, because it's letting him set up the Mechanoid extra times. So that's really cool. That's really fun, and that's really awesome. Yeah. I wonder if that list played Moonshot at all. I don't remember saying it. Moonshot is like the card I really want to play. Like, that's like, even if it ends up being a meme, it's a card I want to play. So I don't know. I might try and work on a max list and see what we can come up with for Thursday. Can you tell me the name of your friend who plays Teklo so that we can chat? Yeah, sure. His name's Bobby. He goes on YouTube by Robert Bryant. I'm sure he wouldn't mind to chat with you. And if he does, then sorry, Bobby. So yeah, I'm probably gonna keep working on this boost dash list like a little bit, like off the scenes here. I wanted to show it to you guys because it's something that I talked with a couple friends about today, and like we were kind of like, you know, talked about some of the ideas and bounced different ideas off of each other. So I wanted to share that with you guys and let you guys kind of know where I was, because if I can figure this out, this is going to be my ProQuest deck, like 100%. I love Dash too much, and I you know, the first time I qualified for a big event was Nationals in 2022, and I made the top 4 of an RTN playing Boost Dash. So being able to, like, if I could actually win a ProQuest with Boost Dash, that would be like the full circle for me. It'd be really cool. So, but I'm probably going to work on a max list. Might try to play max on Thursday. I'm not sure. I'm going to be streaming for sure on Thursday. I'm just not sure what I'm going to be playing. I might make a poll, see what you guys want to play. I might make that tonight or tomorrow. So, be on the lookout for that. I might make a community poll and see what you guys think is more fun to play. So Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you guys being a part of the chat. I'm really excited about Bright Lights, and I'm really excited for all the new ideas and all the new things that I'm going to try and share with you guys. And I'm happy to hear y'all's feedback and talk about it along the way. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Take it easy, guys.